All right, we're going to deal with Alex Michael Harbor, file number 2517930T. It's a White Pigeon ordinance case of driving with a suspended license. The city did offer a reduced plea, allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. The defendant also has a pretrial in file 251251ST, also a charge of driving suspended. He also drove here today in violation of his suspended license. And he has a previous unpaid ticket where he owes $300 in driving with no valid license. So Mr. Harbor doesn't quite get it. Cases. I can wipe out that $300 fine by a jail sentence. If you'd like me to just do some like 7 days of jail, like that fine. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, this Friday.
Yeah, you like to get a ticket on the clue bus and get on it.
Is the court gonna hold him in contempt for driving, knowing that his license is suspended?
I didn't see it, so it's all hearsay.
He said he did. He said in the courtroom, "Oh, do I need to get a ride?" So he's admitted to it.
Yeah, you can see you've generated the goodwill of the prosecutor's office. I was doing that at one point, Mr. O'Bear, until we went to the contempt session and realized I probably didn't have the authority to summarily punish it. Anyway, appoint an attorney. 251254ST and 251793OT for 11/7/25 at 8:30. Defendant also blew off a fine in the 221798ST. You live in Indiana, so you manage to kind of stay under the radar until you dip back up here and get new charges. So I suspect you probably drive every day. You're gonna have to get a ride. Well, you're free to drive away. We'll just have you arrested on the way to wherever you're going. They'll impound your car and take you to jail, and then you have a third driving suspended charge. So my suggestion is you get someone here to give you a car ride home. Anyway, stop driving, pay your unpaid ticket, and we'll be here to help you with the balance.
Question, Your Honor.
Yes?
What is the unpaid ticket?
It is no operator's license 221798ST, and you owe $300.
What was the date on that? Because I've been in this court and I haven't got any new tickets, and I've been hearing this is the news to me now. And I've served jail time and paid fines a year ago. Not really that much jail. I went to jail. I didn't serve.
Well, I always find out who owes me money. And then I gnaw on their ankle when they're here in court and didn't pay. So I'll see if I can tell you.
I'm sorry for driving today, but I had no ride, and this
Don't
was
say
already
any
got
more about it.
rescheduled.
Don't say any more about it. You're just digging the hole a little deeper. Two. At that time, I didn't have a license. The ticket was from September 5th of 2022 at 131 and Broadway in Three Rivers, driving suspended and no valid plate. You got arrested, did some jail time. Judge Pattison gave you 2 days credit, 2 days, $425 worth of fines, and deducted $200 of bond, so you owed $275. And then they added a $25 late payment notice. So it's from August, the driving was in 22. You got convicted in August of 23. So you can go out to the counter and get your court-appointed attorney and look into paying that fine. At that time, you were living in Quincy. You go to the court office. And then you call somebody to come get you. All right, we are going to address a felony case with some misdemeanors attached. Buenos dias, es usted Brian Vladimir Chacon Matozo?
Well, yes.
My name is Judge Middleton. I'm here at the court with your lawyer, Mr. Fell.
Mi nombre es el juez Middleton. Estoy aquí en la sala del tribunal con el abogado licenciado J. Felt.
The lady that's helping me, her name is Vivian Montero.
La señora que me está ayudando se llama Vivian Montero.
She is a sort of certified court interpreter.
Intérprete jurídica certificada.
I'm going to take a minute and swear her in.
Voy a tomar un momento y pedir que ella preste juramento.
Ms. Montero, do you swear that to the best of your ability you'll interpret these matters from Spanish into English and English into Spanish?
I do.
Would you state your name, please?
Vivian Montero, court interpreter 18369.
Senor Chacon Matozo, you got a bunch of charges, all from September 18th, 2025 in the city of Sturgis.
Señor Chacón, usted tiene una serie de cargos en su contra. Todos contienen la fecha del 18 de septiembre en la ciudad de Sturgis.
The most serious case is file 251928FY.
El caso más grave es el caso que empieza 25-19-28 FY.
In that case, you're charged with a felony offense of resisting and obstructing a police officer.
En ese caso, usted enfrenta un cargo de delito grave por resistir, obstruir a un agente de policía realizando su trabajo.
That is punishable by up to 2 years in prison.
Eso conlleva una máxima penalidad posible hasta 2 años de prisión.
And a fine of up to $2,000.
Y una multa hasta $2,000.
You're also charged with having open alcohol in a vehicle.
También enfrenta el cargo de tener un recipiente de alcohol abierto en un vehículo.
The prosecutor has offered to dismiss both of those charges
El agente del Ministerio Público ha ofertado desestimar ambos cargos.
if you plead to drunk driving.
Si usted contesta culpable a conducir en estado de ebriedad,
Formerly known as operating while intoxicated.
se le conoce también conducir bajo los efectos del alcohol.
That is a misdemeanor.
Es un delito menor.
It is punishable by up to 93 days in jail.
Conlleva una máxima penalidad posible hasta 93 días de cárcel.
A fine of up to $500.
Una multa de $500.
6 points on your driving record.
6 puntos en su historial de conducir.
and it requires that your driver's license be suspended.
y requiere que se le suspenda la licencia.
You also got charged under Sturgis City Ordinance
También enfrenta cargos bajo la ordenanza de la ciudad de Sturgis
in file 251910.
en el caso
25930.
en el caso 25, 19 y 30,
With leaving the scene of a property damage accident,
abandonar el lugar de los hechos en una y afecta a una propiedad.
another charge of leaving the scene of a property damage accident,
Un segundo cargo de lo mismo
in 251931,
en 25, 19 y 31.
they also charge you with reckless driving
También enfrenta el cargo de conducir de manera imprudente
in file 251932,
y el cargo 25, 19, 32,
improper passing
que usted rebasó de manera incorrecta
and disobeying a traffic signal.
y desobedecer un control de tráfico.
The Sturgis City Attorney has agreed to dismiss all of those ordinance violations
El agente del Ministerio Público de la ciudad de Sturgis ha ofertado desestimar todos los cargos bajo la ordenanza
if you plead to the civil infraction of disobeying a traffic signal.
si usted contesta culpable a desobedecer un control de tráfico.
Your
So,
Honor, if I may,
Su señoría, por favor.
the traffic would, per the police report, would be ran a red light.
all right.
El cargo tránsito es que él pasó una luz en rojo.
So to summarize,
En resumidas cuentas,
they've offered to dismiss all of the charges if you enter a plea to operating while intoxicated,
están dispuestos a desestimar todos los cargos si usted contesta culpable a conducir en estado de ebriedad
and running a red light.
y pasar una luz en rojo.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende usted eso?
Ya. Bueno, solo estaba borracho, ¿verdad? Solo estaba manejando borracho. Se culpable de manejar borracho, porque es cierto.
I was driving intoxicated, that's true.
Mr. Felt, do you confirm that that was the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the plea agreement. I spoke with Brian last week at the jail Thursday.
Licenciado Felt, ¿usted puede confirmar que eso es el acuerdo en el que han llegado? Sí, su señoría. Hablé con Brian la semana pasada en la cárcel.
Um,
Now my turn.
yes,
I
you just got to speak in short sentence.
Yes. Yeah, that's my understanding of the agreement, Your Honor, and I have more to add.
Eso es
Go
mi
ahead.
comprensión, señoría. Tengo más que agregar.
I spoke with Brian last week at the jail about the charges.
Hablé con Brian la semana pasada sobre los cargos
And again this morning about the plea agreement.
y nuevamente esta mañana sobre el acuerdo.
I went over his notificación de derechos in English and Spanish with him.
Hice la notificación de derechos con él en inglés y también en español.
He understood and signed the Spanish one for me.
All
Él
right.
entendió y firmó la copia en español para mí.
Do you understand you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in this matter by entering this plea?
Usted entiende al aceptar este acuerdo, está renunciando a su derecho de llevar el caso a juicio. ¿Entiende eso? ¿Sí o no?
Sí.
Did
Yeah.
anyone threaten you to get you to plead to this charge?
¿Alguien le amenazó para que contestara culpable este cargo?
No.
No.
Or promise you anything?
¿O le prometió algo? Yo no. No.
All right. Were you driving a car in Sturgis on September 18th at about 10 o'clock at night?
Estaba conduciendo un auto en Sturgis el 18 de septiembre a eso de las 10 de la noche.
Sí.
And did you get in an accident?
Y hubo un choque,
No.
perdón.
Yo no he chocado ningún carro.
I didn't hit any vehicle.
Well, all right. Did you run through a red light?
¿Usted pasó una luz en rojo?
No.
¿Perdón?
No he pasado ningún.
No, I didn't run a red light.
He may not have recalled because of the intoxication, Your Honor, is all I can offer.
All right. Were you drinking?
Tal vez él no se acuerda porque estaba ebrio, su señoría. Go ahead, Your Honor.
Had you been drinking?
¿Usted había tomado?
Sí.
Yes.
What were you drinking?
¿Qué es lo que había tomado?
Alcohol. Igual.
Alcohol.
They found a bottle of Kettle One vodka in your truck.
Encontraron una botella de Kettle One vodka en la camioneta.
Were you drinking vodka?
¿Estaba tomando vodka?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you mix it with something?
¿Lo había mezclado con otra cosa?
No.
No.
You drank it straight?
¿Lo tomó así puro?
Pues, en realidad no tomé los tragos. No.
The interpreter can't hear. ¿Perdón?
¿Cómo?
No lo escucho. ¿Lo puede volver a repetir?
Sí, tomé alcohol. Pero en realidad no fueron como unos 2 tragos. So.
I did drink alcohol. I had 2 or 3 shots. Shots.
Well, they gave you a blood test.
Le dieron un análisis de sangre.
And the result was 0.167.
El resultado salió .167.
That's 2 times over the legal limit.
Esos 2 veces por encima del límite legal.
Will you accept that?
¿Acepta usted eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Now, the police say they saw you go through a red light.
La policía dicen que ellos vieron que usted pasó una luz roja
At Chicago Road and Nottawa.
sobre la Chicago Road con la Nottawa.
Do you recall that?
¿Se acuerda de eso?
No.
No.
Do you recall passing a vehicle?
¿Se acuerda de haber rebasado un vehículo?
No.
¿Perdón?
No me acuerdo de eso.
No.
You were really drunk.
Estaba sumamente ebrio.
You were very dangerous
Estaba portándose de manera muy peligrosa
and uncooperative with the police.
y
Yo
no
que
cooperaba
recuerdo,
con el agente de policía.
eso es mentira.
That's a lie.
Well, sir, they've given you a very generous plea offer where they offered to dismiss the felony charge.
Bueno, señor, le están ofertando un acuerdo muy generoso para desestimar el cargo de delito grave
And you won't even admit that you ran a red light.
y ni siquiera quiere admitir que pasó una luz roja.
Yo no recuerdo que estaba borracho, no recuerdo que pasó una luz roja, ni
I really
resistencia a la
don't
policía.
I don't really recall what happened. I was drunk. I don't recall what happened.
I think that's probably accurate.
Yo creo que eso es cierto.
So you're not in any position to say what is in the police report is a lie.
Entonces usted no puede decir la información que se encuentra en el informe de policía es mentira.
Because you were so drunk, you don't even remember what happened.
Y estoy
Porque
diciendo que es
estaba,
mentira que resistía a la policía. O sea,
permítame, estaba tan ebrio que ni siquiera se acuerda lo que había pasado.
Will you acknowledge for purposes of this plea that you may have ran through a red light but don't remember it?
Reconoce, para el propósito de aceptar este acuerdo, que usted pudiera haber pasado una luz roja, pero usted no se acuerda. ¿Está bien?
pues sí.
Well, yes.
All right. The fine for that is $120.
La multa para eso son $120
That is
Okay.
due October 30th.
y se vence el 30 de octubre.
Okay.
Regarding the drinking driving case, I need to set that for what's called screening and sentencing.
Para el caso de conducir en estado de ebriedad, necesito programar una audiencia para la entrevista inicial y luego la imposición de la condena.
Let's see what we got. Vivian will need your help, obviously, that morning.
Okay, which morning?
Let's say what works for Mr. Feld.
Anytime after the end of October, Your Honor.
October 27th at 11.
Let's say so.
El 27 de octubre a las 11.
All right. Senor Shakan Matozo, do you have lawful residency status?
Señor Chacón Matoso, ¿usted está aquí de manera legal?
Sí.
Yes,
All right, well, that helps.
eso ayuda.
I'm going to set sentencing on the drinking driving charge for October 27th at 11.
La imposición de la condena para el cargo de conducir en estado de ebriedad será el 27 de octubre a las 11.
Okay.
This charge could affect your residency status.
Pero este cargo posiblemente puede afectar su situación migratoria aquí.
Let's recap. You admitted that you ran a red light, or could have, you don't remember it.
Vamos a recapitular. Usted pudiera haber pasado una luz roja, pero no se acuerda.
You owe $120 by the date of sentence.
Debe $120 antes de la fecha de la imposición de la condena.
Michelle, would you see if you could find Ross Truckee?
Yes, sir.
And I set your sentencing on the drinking driving charge for October 27th at 11 o'clock.
Y tiene que regresar para el cargo de conducir en estado de ebriedad 27 de octubre a las 11 de la mañana.
Does that work for you, Vivian?
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
All right, Mr. Fell will be coming out to the jail to see you.
Licenciado Felt va a llegar a la cárcel para verle.
If you do post your bond, it's your obligation to be here at that time.
Judge, may I?
Pagar la fianza. Tiene que estar en la próxima audiencia a la fecha que dijimos.
Okay. May I address the court on bond, Your Honor?
Yes?
Vivian, you want to translate that? May I address the court on bond, Your Honor?
Su señoría, ¿puedo dirigirme al tribunal sobre el monto de la fianza?
And I filed a motion for bond reduction, Your Honor. I don't think it needs to be heard per se, but to summarize, Brian moved here with his folks, his family, 4 or 5 years ago. They live over in Three Rivers.
Just a minute. Señoría, si puedo dirigir la atención al monto de la fianza. He presentado un pedimento para una reducción en la fianza. Brian se trasladó con su familia aquí a Tres Ríos hace 4 o 5 años.
His dad owns a house on Nelson Road and Brian lives there.
Su papá es dueño de la casa sobre la Nelson Road y Brian vive ahí.
This is now, I believe, could be viewed as simply a drinking and driving case. And he's already done. Go ahead, Vivian.
Este caso puede ser visto como un caso de conducir en estado de ebriedad.
And he's already served over a week in lieu of being able to make the higher bond.
Y él ha pasado encerrado ya una semana porque no pudo pagar el monto de fianza.
Given that, he has no incentive to run. I'd ask the court to reset the bond consistent with a drinking and driving offense so his father can post it.
Dado eso, le pide una reducción en la fianza para que su papá pudiera pagar la fianza, el monto de lo que es típicamente para un caso de conducir en estado de ebriedad.
Mr. Robert, do you have a position on that?
Licenciado Robert, ¿tiene una postura sobre eso?
No,
I
No.
set the original bond.
Yo fijé el monto original.
One moment. Will you need interpreter services?
yes, for one case, we can cover anything.
All right, well, let's make a record on that and then we free Vivian up. I'm not convinced that you have lawful residency status.
Yo no estoy convencido de que usted está aquí de manera legal.
If you would wish to get deported, this is a good way to do it.
Si quiere ser deportado, eso es una buena manera de hacerlo.
Get real drunk, crash into 2 cars, fight with the police.
Tomar hasta ser ebrio, chocar con dos autos, pelear con la policía.
And right now, El Salvador is not a good place to return to.
En este momento, El Salvador no es un buen lugar para regresar a.
Well, it's better than it was by a great measure,
Aunque se ha mejorado bastante,
because they locked everybody up.
porque encerraron a todos en prisión.
You don't want to be one of those people.
Y usted no quiere ser uno de esas personas.
Mr. Felt did file a proper motion to reduce bond.
El licenciado Felt presentó un pedimento para una reducción en la fianza.
And as Mr. Felt points out, the only charge right now is operating while intoxicated.
Y como señala el licenciado Felt, el único cargo que enfrenta es conducir en estado de ebriedad.
So I'm going to reduce the bond to $500 cash or surety.
Voy a reducir el monto de la fianza $500 o 10% a través de un fiancista.
You're not to leave the state of Michigan.
No puede abandonar el estado de Michigan.
And you're to be here for your sentence on October 27th at 11 a.m.
Y tiene que llegar aquí para la imposición de la condena 27 de octubre a las 11 de la mañana.
All right. You're free to go, sir.
Ya se puede retirar.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Feld.
Your Honor, I'll tell you the story about Ann Arbor next time I see you. Overall, it's a good thing.
All right, from a Spartan like you, that must,
Sometimes it's a good thing to go to Ann Arbor.
yes, it is. University of Michigan is one of the finest hospitals in the world. Well, I'm glad to hear there's good news from that.
Okay.
For those that might live in Australia or Finland or somewhere, there's a big rivalry in Michigan between Michigan State University and University of Michigan. Both are very fine institutions. Mr. Feld is a big Spartan, but he's not too proud to go to University of Michigan Hospital. Let's take up Mr. Truckey's matter so we can free up our interpreter. Is that?
Is Panamino Rivera?
Yes, is he in jail?
No, he's here.
Oh, let's bring him up. We haven't finished our arraignments yet, but I wanted to free Vivian up and then we'll. All right, sir, you're good to go. You can go back to your cell.
Ya se puede retirar, ya puede ir a su celda.
Gonna throw it around.
That's why we're.
Okay,
I just got this yesterday.
all right. They'll just be, further anything if we have to bring them.
And I don't. I'm just-
Our next case is the matter of People versus Israel, Eduardo Panameno Rivera.
El siguiente caso es Israel Eduardo Panameño Rivera.
Is that you, sir?
¿Es usted, señor?
You have been charged with driving with a suspended driver's license, causing a death of another person.
Usted enfrenta el cargo de conducir con la licencia suspendida, ocasionando la muerte de otra persona.
We talked about this charge at your arraignment.
Hablamos sobre este cargo en la formulación de la acusación.
It is a felony.
Es un delito grave.
It is punishable by up to 15 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000.
Conlleva una máxima penalidad posible hasta 15 años de prisión y una multa hasta $10,000.
It is alleged to have occurred on January 12th of 2024.
Se alega que ocurrió el 12 de enero de 2024.
The prosecutor issued a warrant for your arrest in July of 2024.
El fiscal emitió una orden de detención en julio de 2024.
But you didn't get arrested until recently in September of this year.
No le detuvieron hasta septiembre, recientemente.
Your lawyer, Mr. Ross Truckee, is here.
Su abogado, licenciado Ross Truckee, se encuentra aquí.
And prosecuting attorney, Chief Assistant Joshua Robert.
Y el fiscal principal, licenciado Joshua Robert.
And our interpreter is Vivian Montero.
Nuestro intérprete es Vivian Montero.
Mr. Truckee, what's the status here?
Licenciado Truckee, ¿cuál es el estatus aquí?
We would be leaving this on for prelim.
Vamos a proceder a lo que se llama la examinación preliminar.
That would be, unless somebody tells me otherwise, next Tuesday afternoon.
Eso sería el próximo martes por la tarde.
October 7th.
7 de octubre.
At 1 o'clock.
A la 1 de la tarde.
Does that work?
Yes.
Does that work for you, Mr. Robert?
Sure.
And honestly, we'd be expecting to settle something prior to that.
All right.
Esperamos llegar a un acuerdo antes de esa fecha.
October 7th would be on Judge Patterson's day.
El 7 de octubre le tocará al juez Patterson.
Sometimes that's how it works out.
A veces así funciona.
Senor, you're charged with a felony.
Señor, usted enfrenta un cargo de delito grave.
And when you are charged with a felony, you have a right to have what is called a preliminary examination.
Cuando uno enfrenta un cargo de delito grave, tiene derecho a tener una examinación preliminar.
That is a hearing where they must establish that there is probable cause to believe that a crime was committed.
Es para establecer causa probable que alguien se cometió un delito.
And probable cause that you did it.
Y causa probable que usted fue quien lo hizo.
We have literally hundreds and hundreds of people arrested here every year for driving without a license or driving suspended.
Tenemos cientos de personas aquí todos los años que están detenidos por conducir sin licencia o conducir con la licencia suspendida.
And every one of those people is at risk for being charged what you got charged with.
Y todos ellos corre el riesgo de enfrentar el cargo que enfrenta usted.
If you don't have a license or your license is suspended,
Si no tiene una licencia o su licencia está suspendida,
and you get into an accident and someone is killed,
y está involucrado en un choque y alguien pierde la vida,
it is a felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison.
es un delito grave que conlleva una máxima pena posible hasta 15 años de prisión.
And you found that out the hard way.
y usted lo supo de la manera más difícil.
When I set your bond, I allowed that you could go back to Indiana to reside.
Cuando fijé el monto de la fianza, permití que usted regresara a Indiana, el lugar donde usted vive.
Are you still living on Second Street in Howe?
¿Usted sigue viviendo sobre Segunda Calle en Howe?
Sí.
And are you
Yes.
still employed?
¿Y sigue trabajando?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. You stay in contact with your lawyer, Mr. Truckee.
Mantenga comunicación con su abogado, licenciado Chucky.
This matter is set for a hearing next Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Este caso está fijado para una audiencia el próximo martes a la 1 de la tarde.
Anything further, Mr. Truckee?
Nothing.
Algo
You're free to go.
ya se puede
Thank you.
retirar.
All right, thanks.
All
And
set,
Luke, you
Your Honor?
don't require our services?
No, Judge.
All right. Vivian, I think that has taken up our need for a translator, interpreter. Thank you for your help as always.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Good morning, Mr. Love.
Good morning.
This is file number 251678. FD, People versus Jonathan Wayne Love. You're here with your attorney, Zoe Hutchins. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
And Ms. Hutchins has got to be two places at once. So we're gonna try to get her out of here. I have trouble being one place at once.
Thank you.
Miss Salisbury doesn't have a very good memory. And she certainly is not very repentant. Let's talk about this. Mr. Love, you got charged with operating while intoxicated, third offense. That's a misdemeanor. Excuse me, it's a felony. It gets elevated from a misdemeanor to a felony when you get three of them. It's alleged that you were operating a vehicle in Three Rivers on April 6th. And that you have at least two previous operating while intoxicated, one in Allen County, Kentucky, and one here in St. Joseph County, Michigan, making that a felony punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $5,000. Carries 6 points and would require that your license be suspended. This is the time and date for a preliminary examination conference. Mr. Robert, the chief assistant, is here. What's the plea offer here?
The offer is for the defendant to plead to OWI third. He's gonna waive.
All right.
He wants to be considered for sobriety court, which we have no objection to.
All right, let's talk about that, Mr. Love. What's set for today is a preliminary examination conference. You have a right to have the actual preliminary examination, but you can waive the right to the preliminary examination. Laura, would you print off?
We've got a waiver.
Oh, you've got it there?
Yep.
May I see it so I can read from it? All right. Now, if it's bound over to circuit court, it will go in front of Judge Stutzman. I'm the sobriety court judge. Judge Stutzman runs a drug court, which is a lot of methamphetamine and perhaps opioid cases. He also runs a swift and sure program for felony defendants. I run the one that focuses on alcohol, sobriety court. And every year, multiple times, we have people that successfully complete our sobriety court treatment program. And we have some that are referred from circuit court. So I have one.
Yeah, okay.
Josh has one. I also can handle felony cases. And boy, that's gonna drive me nuts. Lock that door so nobody can get in and out. Anyway, what I'm told here is you're gonna waive the preliminary examination. The matter is gonna be bound over to circuit court. And you will then be considered for our sobriety court program. Let me give you a referral. Ms. Hutchins, I'll give you a couple of these.
Thank you.
And so I see that you signed the waiver. It says, I, Jonathan Wayne Love, understand I have a right to employ an attorney. I may request a court-appointed attorney if I'm financially unable to employ one. I voluntarily waive my right to a preliminary examination and understand I will be bound over to the circuit court on the charges and the complaint and warrant. And you've signed that?
Yes.
And your lawyer signed it. All right, I've known you for some time, maybe since you were in high school, I don't know, anyway, a long time. And I'm not opposed to the idea of you coming into sobriety court. But there are some steps that have to be followed with an evaluation and a screening and some other things. Ms. Hutchins, I would suggest that you contact Autumn Kiefer, who is our Chief Probation Officer for Sobriety Court.
Okay.
And we often coordinate with Circuit Court. Right now, we have a person that's transferred from Van Buren County and one that's transferred from Wexford County, which is Cadillac. And so we're willing to look at anybody that we think might be eligible for our program. Mr. Love, are you doing anything now?
Yes, Your Honor, pre-trial breathalyzers,
All
6
right,
a day.
so you're on pretrial services with Community Corrections.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you doing AA or anything?
Celebrate recovery.
All right, that's a start. And I suggest you get plugged into that stuff. All right, Mr. O'Bear, I'll give this back to you so you can process it and give it back to me. But Mr. Love, you're good to go.
Thank you.
You can contact our probation department for some insight on getting the assessment and the other things that need to be done. And then the matter will have to go before Judge Stutzman, and so this may take a while. So don't drive, continue to blow zeros on your stuff and get plugged into some recovery stuff. And I'll be seeing you, I suspect. All right, thank you.
Good day, sir.
All right, let me finish those misdemeanors. Tim, do you have anything else you're here for?
I think there are 2 other cases, but based on what Mr. Stigley had, I don't think they're here. Ms. Conway.
Yes,
and
Kevin Beebe has 2. He has a disorderly person and another disorderly person. There's already a bench warrant. So that's filed 251903 and 251299. That'll be 2 bench warrants, bond $250, cash or surety. One, 2, 9, 3. How are you doing, sir?
Doing fine, thank you.
Well, you look good.
It's coming along.
All right. Well, you were nodding your head when I was talking to that guy, so you know what we're talking about.
I'll have 12 years Friday
Yeah.
this month.
I'm proud of you. So you wouldn't even be here if you hadn't had 12 years sobriety. You look younger now than you did when I met you 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, sobriety court probably saved my life.
well, those are the stories we like to hear. You're a sponsor too, aren't you?
Right now, no, but I still actively go. That's why I'm here today. I was coming out of a meeting.
All right, good for you. To a bench warrant in each of Mr. Beebe's file, $250, cash or surety, no 48-hour hold. All right, Johann Brooks, kind of in the same boat. He's got several previous disorderly persons that he's failed to pay on. He's failed to appear here. That's file 2519040M. Please do bench warrant, immediate bench warrant. Bond, $250, cash or surety. Then, Mr. Stickley, we have Elizabeth Conway. All of these folks here are repeat customers. Miss Conway has multiple tickets. 251730 SM, driving with no insurance on August 24th, and a companion case of driving with a suspended license. August 26th, 2 days later, she gets a new charge of driving suspended, second offense, in file 251749. Also no insurance on that day. And then she gets another driving suspended on September 4th. So she has 3 driving suspended seconds and 2 no proof of it, or no insurances. They didn't write it the third time. So she got stopped driving August 24th, August 26th, and September 4th. She spent a good portion of last year in the Center for Forensic Psychiatry. She was very disoriented, and she probably spent 7 months, I don't know, but eventually she was deemed to be competent, and we were able to resolve her cases. She's called a couple times. Her mother passed away. I don't know. I'm gonna try a show cause on all of these. My fear is that she's backslid. We'll try to order the show cause on all files. All right, Mr. Stickley, I believe that finishes our misdemeanors. She also has $984 worth of unpaid other tickets. So she's not doing well. Luke, let's address your case. I can find it. All right, this is file 251634. FY, People versus Pablo Espinal Albor. Is that you, sir?
Yes.
In this matter, you're here with your lawyer, Mr. Luke Knopfinger. You're charged with a felony offense. Let's talk about it. The allegation here is that on June 30th, you assaulted Desiree Espinel Albor with a pistol, but without intending to commit murder, generally known as felonious assault. That is a felony punishable by up to 4 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $2,000. But you're also charged with the felony firearm statute. That one is a felony that requires that you go to prison for 2 years flat, no good time, preceding and consecutive to any other sentence. This is the time and date set for a pre-exam conference. Mr. Josh Robert, the chief assistant, is here, and your lawyer, Knopfinger. I've received a waiver of the 7-day rule and asked that we set this for a prelim. We bump it out to October 14th. Is that correct?
Judge, yeah, if we can move it a week. I noticed that Your Honor is
Oh.
doing the PCCs for October 7th. So just asking for a week. Received some digital evidence yesterday that we're asking to consider.
All right, so we want to bump the pre-exam. We're going to reset the pre-exam for October 14th.
Yes. Did I mess it up on the form?
No.
It's phrased.
And then the prelim,
Yeah, prelim October 14 and the PCC for
October 7th. All right. Is that agreeable with you, Mr. Robert?
Yes.
10/7. The way the odd months and the even months, I get the even numbered Tuesdays and Judge Patterson gets the odd numbered Tuesdays. So next week is an odd numbered Tuesday. He would get the PEC and I'd get the prelim. So we'll see how this goes, but I'll adjourn it to October 7th at 8:30. And the preliminary examination for October 14th at 1 o'clock. Now, Mr. Albor, are you still residing on North Main Street in Sturgis?
No, Judge, he's moved to a different address.
All right, there's a no contact provision.
That was an issue at arraignment, and so the magistrate was accommodating the set of bond conditions. They do have children together, so they're able to communicate that way. But yeah, it's probably better that he's since moved out.
All right, what town are you living in?
Constantine?
Let's talk about your bond conditions. All right, as a condition of your bond, you may work in Indiana Otherwise, you can't leave the state. You're not to have contact with Desiree Espinal Albor, not to use or possess any firearms. You understand?
Yes.
All right, this matter is adjourned for further pre-exam next Tuesday at 8:30. All right, you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Luke, do you have anything else for me?
No, Judge.
So everything is down to Ross?
Suppose.
Like the quick rundown, Judge.
Yeah, give me a second here. I've been sitting in this chair since 8 o'clock. Let's see how we're doing here. I see Miss Snyder there. What are we gonna do with her?
That's gonna be left on.
Miss Snyder, would you come forward? Good morning. You're Alexandra Snyder,
Good morning, yes, sir.
and you're charged with resisting and obstructing a police officer.
Yes,
And that allegedly occurred on September 14th. At this point, you're simply asking to leave the matter on for a preliminary examination next Tuesday.
yes, Your Honor.
Is there a plea offer, Mr. Aubert?
An offer was made of attempt RNO and impaired driving. That offer would be open until noon today. After that, we will be subpoenaing witnesses and we will no longer offer a misdemeanor to resolve this case.
All right, let's talk about that. R&O is a felony. It's punishable by up to 2 years in prison. Attempted R&O is a misdemeanor. That's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Impaired driving is a misdemeanor. Motor vehicle violations punishable by up to 93 days in jail, a fine of up to $300, 4 points, and allows a restricted license. You need to discuss that with your lawyer. You're entitled to have a preliminary examination, but unless he tells him by noon today, they're gonna subpoena witnesses and the plea offer will be withdrawn. What is set is a preliminary examination where it must be established that there's probable cause to believe a crime was committed, probable cause that you did it. And that's not a very hard standard to meet. So you just had a new baby. She must be about 6 months old,
She just turned 5 2 days ago.
5 months old.
Yes, sir.
All right, you stay in touch with your lawyer, but for now, this matter's set for prelim.
Can I update my contact information or I'll do
Yes,
it?
I don't want you to do it here on the record, but you were at Elm Street. Where are you now? Just what town?
3 Rivers still.
All right. Yeah, let your lawyer know what that is and he can share it with us. Set for prelim October 7th at 1 o'clock. All right, Ms. Snyder, you're good to go.
Thank you so much.
Let's see, I'm dropping it off in the office.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just do the next slide. Miss Evie is here and she's waived. Just wanted to present her to the.
All right, would you come forward, please? Morning. Have a seat with your lawyer there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. You're Leilania Beebe,
Lelania, Your Honor.
Lelania. Now, there's a lot of Beebes from Mendon. Are you related to them?
I have no idea.
Are you related to Kevin Beebe, who didn't show up today?
No,
Oh,
I'm
all
on the
right.
good side of the BBs.
All right. No, there's a good side. Anyway, ma'am, you're charged with a very serious offense of reckless driving causing a serious injury. You've waived preliminary examination today. Do you still live at South Erie Street?
I do not.
We'll update that address with the court, huh?
Yes. What town are you in?
White Pigeon.
All right, this matter will be bound over to circuit court. Are you receiving any mental health treatment or anything right now?
Yes, I go to therapy every 2 weeks for about a year now, and I'm on medications.
Are you with Pivotal?
Yes, in Centerville.
Good. Take all your meds as prescribed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. O'Bear?
No, nothing further.
All right, Ms. Beebe, you're good to go.
Thank
The
you,
matter
Your
will be
Honor.
bound over to circuit court and in the province of Judge Stutzman. Hopefully this matter can be moved along rather than just set for status conference. All right, thank you, Mr. Truckee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yep, you can go. You want to stop at the clerk's office out there and tell them the address? Rodney Jones is similarly situated, Your Honor. Also
All
a
right, let's
waiver.
talk to him. Good morning, Mr. Jones. This is file 251874 FY. You're Rodney Ramon Jones.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You're charged with a firearm violation, dangerous weapon. This matter is being waived also.
Yes, sir. So brass knuckles is the
All
alleged.
right. Well, yeah, people don't realize brass knuckles are a felony to possess, but he's got some baggage. Mr. Jones, you owe me an old booking fine, but not anything else. What do you need? Oh. I'm not gonna worry about that. Are you still on Market Street here in Centerville, which is Keystone?
Yes, sir, I am.
Still at Keystone?
Mhm.
All right, stay in contact with your lawyer. Your next court appearance will be a status conference in circuit court, and you're free to go.
Hang on in the hallway. I'll go see you in a second. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're plodding along.
Mr. Michelson is also waived. I'm not sure if he Still?
Well, I know, he owes me thousands of dollars. But I thought he was in jail. He's on bond. All right,
Michelson is still actually here.
Is he here? Okay. Would you like to see Mr. Michelson?
yeah, I would.
Mr. Clay, I don't have him here. I don't know where he is. No. He was bonded out, so. I was living in a facility.
All right, check that. Mr. Michelson should have been fingerprinted when he was in jail. They're getting so sloppy out there.
I believe I got every single one that was here today.
When we told other courts what we're doing, they've been inquiring about, they have fingerprint problems also. We solved it by buying our own live scan machine and having you guys trained to do it, which is a blessing for your department, but the corrections guys, they don't get me started. And then there's some policies. Somebody could get arrested on a drunk driving charge and they don't print them because they weren't charged. They don't even know who they were. They could have a murder warrant out for their arrest somewhere or have a different name, especially with our people that don't have residency status.
And I've got Brody Johnson here, and that's gonna be left on for preliminary exam.
All right, let's talk to him.
You were gonna talk to me about that one some more.
Are we gonna talk to someone?
Well, I guess not.
I'm open to talk.
Well, you could have done it. Nothing was stopping you.
All right, well, Mr. Johnson, stick around for a minute. We're gonna take a recess in a minute and we'll see what we got. Just go back and have a seat.
Sorry.
Let me just run through the rest of these, then we'll take a recess. I've been here for 2.5 hours. Jared Barker, what are we gonna do with him?
He's prepared to enter a plea.
We probably have a lot of pleas. Ethan Bovee,
I think he's mowing it over in the hallway still.
Martin Carmona,
That one, he's in custody, so I need to finalize something with him before I can tell you.
Landon Clay,
He seems to have failed to appear.
Arian Fisk,
I'm guessing that's gonna be left on, but I will try to iron that out today.
he's in custody. Brody Johnson,
That's what Mr. Robert and I are gonna speak about.
Scott Jones,
That will most likely be a waiver. He's also in custody.